The Sunday after Christmas, Holy Family Sunday. And I hope there has been Christmas in your heart and families these days. I would recommend, I'm an English teacher, I profess the English grammar, and if you read carefully the entrance antiphon in the liturgy for today, the shepherds hastened and found Mary, Joseph, and the infant lying in a manger. All three, grammatically, all three were lying in a manger. That's a little Catholic humor. And that would be, if you can imagine it, that would be quite a mess. Straw and animals nuzzling, trying to get food out of the manger. And that's the entrance for the readings, and you have many options today of different readings, responses, and maybe you want to spend time reading them all, trying to find out what is a Holy Family. That's a good one. And I hope that there was some Holy Familying during these past days since Christmas Day. I had a very good friend in grade school and high school, and their house was perfect. You couldn't walk in the house with your shoes on, and everything was in its place, and it wasn't comfortable to be there. And he would wonder at our house, we had 6 of us, children, and some of us were more children than others, and our house was a mess. And I remember Christmas Eve, a lot of times, my father loved packages and sharing, and the living room around the Christmas tree was an absolute mess with papers and boxes and people all over the place. It was a mess, and it was a holy mess, like Mary and Joseph and Jesus lying in a manger. Maybe the Holy Family celebration is a celebration of the messiness of not only the house, but of relationships and living, trying to live a North American life, trying to live a Christian life, trying to live the sacraments. It's messy. And yet it's holy. He came into our mess. He was born into our mess. He was born into a messy life himself. Considering the expectations and considering that he was going to enter, born again, into the messiness of each person he met, making it a holy family, but not a perfect family. I know, and I'm in touch with a lot of families whose sons and daughters and grandchildren are not Catholic anymore, for one reason or another. And they can get very accusative about Catholics aren't really Christians and all that. No, maybe holiness is the embrace that Jesus did of the human race, the human family, that it's our embrace of letting go of having to be externally perfect and making that family life perfection. No, it actually is more holy the more you let the messiness of your own humanity be shared, not covered up. Maybe holiness is taking off the pretenses of perfection. The Holy Family is not always the happiest family. There's sadness in a holy family, as Jesus, Mary, and Joseph find out early. And you read in the gospel that Mary's heart will be pierced. There's going to be sadness. Yes, a holy family is a family that tries to let God be in that family and not covering the messiness up, but living with it. And the more I am in messiness myself, my room, my office, the more people come in there, the more welcome they are, because they can bring their messiness. Their messiness is made comfortable by, my room is not perfect. And maybe the real birth of Jesus in us is the birth into that manger that each of us is. Meant to be food for others. But and there's a lot of readings about what a perfect family is. No, forget perfect. Perfect is not necessarily holy. Perfect might be an aspiration or a trap. But the holy family is letting God dwell there. And the more holy myself is, the more unperfect it is, the more welcoming I am, I think, to the messiness of others. So if I'm my house, my physical house, where your family lives, if it's dominated by cleanliness and order, people might be afraid of meeting you, and you in your own personal house, your body, dominated by perfection, execution, living up to expectations of others. The likelihood that your preoccupation with yourself will not be a welcome mat for the visitors of others. Jesus had a divine welcome mat all the time in front of him. Says, "Come unto me, all you who are burdened and heavily laden, and I will refresh you." You can be at home in me. The more I am at home with myself, the more I will have visitors. The more I am centered around, you have to take your shoes off, and maybe your socks, and have you taken a shower lately? Not perfection, but holiness is letting Jesus be born into the manger of my messiness. Maybe that's what we celebrate, that we can let go of superific social expectations of what the holy family is. It's not perfect. If you live with a messiness, you're more likely to be living with Jesus. Sorry about that, but that's this great day. It's New Year's Eve. You want to make new resolutions? How about being more at home with yourself because Jesus is? Happy New Year. Holy New Year.